G'day guys, I'm just at the transit at Rockhampton after a hunting and fishing trip. Thought I'd do a quick live video to talk to everyone about the upcoming Fatfire conference. So while I'm waiting for a few people to join, it was a funny story, like while I was on the hunt, fishing, snorkeling, actually bumped into a tiger shark, 3-meter tiger shark that came around my right hand side. I only had like 1 second to react. It was like probably one of the most scariest event of my life. But in that 1 second sort of quick instant reaction, I remember watching videos on like Discovery Channel saying that if you ever get attacked by a shark, you punch it in the nose, and that's exactly what I did. I gave it a quick punch in the nose, and I just swam away from it as quickly as I can on shore. So I'm very lucky to be alive to come and do this video, and of course to host the Fatfire conference, which I'm hoping that majority of you guys will come. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is just to sort of create some transparency and answer any questions that people might have. I already got a few questions in the past, so I thought I'll answer them on this video. And before I start, I guess the intention of the conference is to help people along the journey of Fatfire. There's a lot of fire movement, obviously, a lot of members talking about investing or saving money. Our intention is to create an abundant mindset. So instead of always having that scarcity mindset, we want people to be able to achieve a Fatfire goal. And personally, during my fire journey, I've had a lot of mentors along the way, whether it's a wealth mentor or a business mentor, and I just figured this is a really good opportunity for people to connect with the right type of people they need to meet, whether it's a mentor or fellow members, and even find accountability partner or coach. So yeah, this is my intention of creating it. It's fully transparent in terms of we only want to have a small amount of members. This is our first time. I was hoping to gather around 10 to 20 people in the audience, maybe more towards 20 to create that synergy. And I guess one of the concerns that people had was like, the panelists, like who are they? What are they qualified to give advice? I guess I put together the panelists with the intention of good diversity. So we got people who use the residential investment, property investment. We got people who did the commercial property investment. We have people with business background and equity. So these are sort of some of the major investment asset classes, and that's why I put together this diverse group of people. Now, the whole idea is that these people, just like myself, who've achieved fire already, or Fatfire, is that we are ordinary people, right? And I guess the idea is to not get people like Richard Branson or Tony Robbins, like big name people, to show others that it's highly achievable, not just 1 in a million. All of us is ordinary people in our 40s and 50s that will achieve fire. And by having ordinary people as the panelists, I think anyway, it's a bit like in sport, right? Remember when the days when Muhammad Ali or Tiger Woods was undefeatable. But the moment they got defeated, suddenly everybody was defeating them. So it's just like a mental barrier. And that's why I always talk to people saying that fire is a mindset. The FI, financial independent part, is more numbers and discipline, while I think the retire early part is the mindset and knowing your purpose. So I guess one of my personal goals is to help 1,000 people understand or figure out their purpose in life. Now that I'm fire, I got the time, I'm happy to do things like this. All of us panelists, we don't need the money, and and I guess our incentive, everyone have their own individual sort of incentive to do this, to help other people along the journey. And what I noticed in the past, whenever I create events, whether it's on Zoom or workshops or courses, After I post the photos and of what the activity was, people always go, "Oh, I wish I was there. I didn't know about it," or things like that. Maybe because everyone, is busy and didn't know much about the event that's going to happen. So I thought I'll put this video out and hopefully gather as much interest and notify as many people as I can. And the idea is that if you don't want to come, it has to be a very specific reason for you not wanting to come, instead of saying why I should come. So there's people who have excuses like, I couldn't find the time. If you were to achieve fire, you have all the time in the world. All right, so a 4-hour event will save you decades of time. Right, that's my opinion anyway. And other people's excuse would be, I don't have the money. So the event is only $100. In the context of things, $100 is not really that big of a expense, or it's actually tax deductible as well, right, with the conference. And we actually made this event a charity event, so that the money is not for the panelists or myself. The money we're going to donate to a charity of the panelists' choice. We haven't decided which one yet. I used to work in the non-profit myself, so I know there's a lot of inefficiency and admin and stuff in non-profit. So I want to be very conscious of who we give this money to that can actually help them directly. Other people that I heard say, I already answered the question that, who are these? Are they qualified people to give advice? And one of my mentors always told me, follow people who's walking the walk, not just talking the talk. And as I said, all of the panelists, including myself, the interviewer, have achieved fat fire in our 40s and 50s, well ahead of the typical retirement age. So I'm hoping that, I wouldn't say our advice, we want to be able to share our stories, how we got here, our thoughts on what the mindset to have, even like talking about the future investment opportunity and outcome of the future, and what are they spending their time on nowadays. All this information we're going to discuss during the conference, and I'd love to hear some of you guys questions as well. Just put in the comment below to talk about, ask questions you might have, the burning questions that will help you along your fire journey. And lastly, scam. Like people, this is a scam event. That's why I'm doing this video, to show that, to put some faces to names. I've done events quite a few times in my past. So yeah, this is a small event, close and intimate, allows you to listen to people's story, ask specific questions you might have in your own circumstance, and of course do the networking afterwards. The $100 will go towards the food and drinks, as well as the rental of the venue. And of course, any leftover we'll donate that to a charity event of the panelist choice. And I literally just a few days ago, I went to my business coaches event, Cohen Ray, up in New South Wales, Queensland, this event. And one thing I noticed about what he talks about, it's all about intention. Like he said one sentence that I really felt deeply connected to. He said, "You are where you are today for a reason." Right? So if let's say you're wanting to achieve fire, but you have a scarcity mindset and you think everything is against you, then having that win-lose mindset might be the thing that sets you back. While people who have abundant mindset will probably be able to achieve fire first. But yeah, like I said, we are here doing what we can to help people who want to be helped. Another guy I follow on YouTube, Mark Moss, he said his job, or our job, is not to wake the sheeps. Our job is to awake the sleeping lions, which I thought is really sort of good analogy of helping people who want to be helped. Right? So I guess having said all that, what's your excuse of not coming if you can do all these things for your fire? And I guess lastly, just to make it super easy, if that's during the event, it's going to be a 4-hour event, so maybe after a segment of all the interview of the panelists, if you feel that you're not getting your value worth, I'm happy to give 100% of your money back. That's how confident I am of the value you can bring to all the audiences. Yeah, and I guess lastly, as a business owner, I know running a business is an extremely lonely journey because majority of the people are employee mindset. To have a business sort of employer or boss or creating mindset is it's going against the grain, and I see no difference to that with the fire journey. You know, it's you are going against the grain. We all are. You know, the standard. I remember having a chat with a uni friend of mine, just talking about all this investment, all this finance stuff is actually not hard. It's actually quite easy to be able to achieve fire is not difficult. Why is it they're not teaching at school or you know as part of the standard education? And then it dawned on me that in a way, wealthy people don't want everyone to be wealthy, or government don't want everyone to be wealthy, because then who's going to be paying the tax or who's going to be doing the work, right? Yeah. So that being said, I think. By going against the grain, it's going to be a very difficult journey if you don't have other people of like-minded mindset along the journey with you to give you a pull. If they're ahead of you, give you a pull. If they're behind you, giving you a push. Or among the same sort of associates and fellow members to give each other a hand, keep each other accountable. And that's why I'm hoping this conference is our first one ever. We're going to be successful in helping each other out. And look, if it becomes good, we can even make this a national thing for people who's unable to make it to the venue in Victoria. So it's going to be July the 1st at Templar Brewery. So they got really good barbecue and beer. We've got our own little conference room upstairs. We're going to do like a panelist style. It's going to be a great event. I'm going to send out the questions to the panelists soon. So if you guys have any questions that's burning that you want to be answered, please send that through in the comments below, and I'll make sure to include that. And of course, if you're there on the day, to be able to ask the question itself. And going back to the whole thing about being national, like if this goes well, maybe we can make this national and we can be hosted, just like TEDx, to be hosted by different people to help, you know, people all around Australia. Yeah, just and I'll sort of come up with a framework, and anyone can run this kind of events as long as they qualify, of course. In that they have already achieved fire themselves. Yeah, so I really hope to see 20 of you guys. We already got about 10, halfway there, 10 people that's got their tickets. So July the 1st at Brunswick, Victoria, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. I put a lot of thoughts into all this stuff. Like it's got easy parking, good food, good beer, good people. And yeah, that's it. Out for now. My plane's going to be in another 5 minutes, so out of here. Please make a comment below, and I'll put in the link below as well of the place you can get the ticket. And I hope to see some of you who's truly wanting to be on the fire journey at the event. Thank you.